How do I give to charitable organizations in retirement? This question comes to us from John. John says, hey, I tithe while I am working. How does that work in retirement when I'm living off savings? Tithing is 10%, and that's a goal of a lot of folks. And things do change in retirement. When you're working, it's fairly easy to take your income and give 10% of that to whatever organizations you want to. But when you don't know what your returns are going to be, your returns are negative this year, how do you manage that? So I want to talk about how I handle that, okay? So what specifically am I doing? And I will give numbers here, okay? So first, this is Joe Kuhn. I retired at 54, which was 4 years ago. This is my story. This is how I make decisions, the good decisions I made, the bad decisions I made, what I learned. And I hope this helps you that are on the journey, maybe a couple years behind me, and trying to think about retirement. So hopefully this helps how I think about giving. So there are tax efficient options that you can take, like you can give stock. So if your stock is appreciated, you can directly give stock, and then you don't have to pay tax on that capital gains. There's something called donor managed investment accounts, where you can move a portion of your assets into an account that it's a one-way movement, as I understand it. You know, say you take $25,000 and then move it into this account. You get to manage where that goes, the distributions of that, and there's no tax consequences of that. So this $25,000 is a write-off for you. And there's also something called qualified charitable distributions. This applies once you're 70 and a half years old. You can make contributions directly from your IRA, and as I understand it, these count towards RMDs. But that's just kind of high level of some tax efficient things you can do. Give stock, donor managed investment accounts, and then qualified charitable distributions. I'm not doing any of those right now, okay? I'm 58 years old. I don't have access to a lot of my stock, so I'm doing it a different way, okay? I calculate my 10% that I target with my wife and I based on what I spend. What are our expenses, okay? That way it's a lot more stable. So for example, if our expenses are $80,000 in a year, we target $8,000 in giving. So it's just that simple. 10% of what our budget is, and I watch our budget pretty closely. So specifically what I do, and this has been like the last 12 months, is we have $6,000 that automatically come out, okay? This is direct debit, I think it is. In organizations we want to consistently help, okay? $4,800 goes to our church. $1,200 goes to a missionary family in Mexico that we support. You may have heard of YWAM, Youth with a Mission. They target youth people and just with the Christian faith. So, and then we have some one-time things that we consistently do every year. We have a little girl in an orphanage in Haiti. She writes us letters, and we pay $500 a year to help support her through a company called Chalice. Habitat for Humanity builds homes for people. Just donated $3,000 to them to build a home. You get to meet the homeowner. Hey folks, I wasn't planning on giving this $3,000, but my YouTube revenue, by watching this channel, paid for this. So making that money that really wasn't part of my plan is to make any money from YouTube. I give a great portion of that away. So $3,000 worth of Habitat, and I love that when you give money to a fund, it just kind of, they're doing good things with it, but when you can give it to an individual and you see the impact that you're having on one person, one family, it's huge. I give $1,000 to our local parks. You can hear that I live next to a park. Sometimes there's a little noise there. There's a little splash pad going and little kids running around there. We love living next to a park. Our kids grew up here and we got their own soccer field and basketball court and tennis courts and volleyball over there, a couple picnic tables. It's a great place to raise a family. We give $1,000 a year to a specific family in need. Again, not just throwing money into a fund, which we like doing that. We do a lot of that. That's most of our giving, but we'd like to do a little personal work too. Some of you commented on my previous video I made around my cars. I used to have a 2005 Toyota Camry. What happened to that car? Well, we gave that away. There was an individual that was in need of a car. They expressed interest to a group of folks and said this individual needs a car, and we gave it to him. Okay, and didn't take a write-off or anything for that. Just gave him the car. This channel, folks, I can't stress enough. This channel, the money I'm making here, we give far more than the 10% of the money that I'm making on this channel. It's just far more than that. Let's just say that. And I credit you folks for that, to allow me to have that fun of giving money and making a difference to people. So if you're doing the math on this, my wife and I are exceeding 10% in the last 12 months. But like I said, this channel is allowing me to do that, just the income I'm getting from you guys. So there's 3 types of giving, and this kind of changed it for me in retirement in a great way. You can give your time, you can give your talent and treasure. While I was working, I gave a lot of treasure. That was my box checking. You know, we gave money, and you know, I'm the president of 2 nonprofits now, and I know what it means when people give you money. We need money, okay? But now I'm also helping with my hands. Like I said, not only just giving to nonprofits, but 2 of them I'm the president of. You know, the parks, just as an example, I was part of helping raise $350,000 for new features at the park. That splash pad you hear over there is one of them. I'm on the paint crew for Habitat. You know, so about 2 days a month, I'm painting all day long. I like painting. I'm hanging out with a group of retirees. There's like 7 of us now. They're on the paint crew, and we knock out a 2-bedroom house, 2 coats in under 8 hours. Okay, so I love being part of that crew. We have a lot of fun. Don't get paid for that. It's all volunteer with my hands. Okay, and then we also open our home up to a missionary family that you know, is doing some work in Africa, and they come back to the States and they live in this area, and we let them live with us for several weeks. So those are some ways that in retirement we're able to help more with our hands and actions, and not just financially. And financially is very, very important. Don't want to understate that, but it's also cool to be hands-on. In the future, I'll probably look at some of these donor managed funds. It allows you to give more money because you don't have federal taxes and state taxes coming out of that. So you can give more money to these organizations. But right now I need, you know, retiring so early, I need my investments to grow a little, see how that's going to work out over time. So my 10% is based on our expenses. If you have a better plan than this, I'd love to hear it. I actually spent some time researching. I didn't find much, and I really didn't find anything on YouTube of how people are giving. So hopefully this helps you. If it did, let me know in the comments. If you got a better idea, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm crazy, let me know in the comments. I do consider giving to be a big part of our life, and I know it helps. This is Joe out.